It's a great day if you are a Carmichael fan. That was a fantastic start on Icebox. I am your host, Yingsu, and I'm back here with Minnie and Billy. What do you reckon was on Sadak's strats? He was holding pieces of paper with Icebox on it.
Oh, I didn't
You reckon
see.
it was a 100-page document?
I mean, I don't think they needed a 100-page document for that one, to be honest with you.
No, they didn't.
I don't think he's gone into coaching just yet either. I think he's good. I think he's all right.
Okay, we're safe, we're safe. But let's talk about the comps we saw on both sides. This is very, very unique. The first time we've seen either of these comps, and also, of course, the first time since Icebox has been back that any team globally has played without a duelist. We got two of them here. When we saw the agent select, we were very surprised, and we weren't quite sure where we're gonna like it or not like it. But Minnie, I'm just gonna go straight into this. Let's start with the KC comp. Did you like it? What were some of the nice things, not nice things? Give me your honest opinion.
My honest opinion is that I think on Icebox there's certain things you need to play the map. Like I think plants, like, you know, plant insulation is the kind of nerdy way to talk about it. You need something to plant the spike with. Usually that's the Sage and the Gecko nowadays. And they don't have that, so it would have been interesting to see that attack side play out more. But they did have the Killjoy for defense, whereas you didn't see that on the BBL side. And that Killjoy is really important on Icebox to have that static information in the center of the map.
Yeah, I like what you're saying there. I think as well, like, Gecko is something that they could potentially explore in the future. We've seen Aves perform, like, great on the Gecko, right? But I just think as well, when I'm looking at their different play styles, like, you know, KC have a very sort of structured, defaulty kind of approach, and BBL, I would say, have a more aggressive kind of approach. And I didn't get that from them whatsoever, despite them starting on the attack. And with the Clove, I would have liked them to have done some, like, sort of trap plays, get aggressive with it, but I just couldn't find the value of actually having Clove within this composition.
I think, just to go back to KC for a second, I think that like the comp looks a little bit weird, but if you like revealed the mask, it's just, it's pretty default. Like the Omen was being played like a duelist would, as Martin. The Teo was being played like the Sova towards the A on defense. The KO being like a KO, and then the Viper and Killjoy is Viper and Killjoy. Like everyone knows how that plays on Icebox. So I was concerned at first, but it was deceptively pretty standard.
I'm glad you mentioned Martine, because we were so excited about everything else that was going on. We forgot to mention that it's Martine on the Omen. It feels almost criminal to put your Yoru player, who's extremely talented. You know, you mentioned he could play like a jet on this agent, but it turns out, Billy, it wasn't half bad.
Do you know what? It was all right, and I love to see him picking up the Outlaw there, even though he's playing on the Omen. I think that's really, really nice. And like you say, we only got to see him play Yoru and kick off, so seeing him on this Omen, I'm not mad about it. He can still TP away from danger if he needs to, in a similar sense that he would with the Yoru, and I think that he was able to put up numbers for the team. So I don't hate it. I still don't know if I agree with both compositions not running a duelist whatsoever, though.
If there was one that you want to not see again, which one would it be? You would like the team to maybe workshop again. Which one would it be?
I think BBL is closer to what I would personally run. It's just I really hate the Clove.
Yeah.
Like I don't like Clove. I'm a Clove hater. It doesn't matter the map, I don't think it's that good.
I think as well we have to consider Clove has been kind of nerfed recently, right? With the smokes coming back and it being slower now. I think I want to see what BBL's defensive looks like with this kind of composition. I think it can work a lot better on the defense. Obviously, the attack, it just didn't work out for them.
What I would like to see more is Elite getting unlocked, of course. Was on BBL last year, and Kickoff, you know, we saw him perform, but look at that contrast, Mini. He just didn't have maps like this at Kickoff.
No, and it's surprising to me because coming into this year, I thought he was one of the best pickups of that offseason. I thought KC hit a player that was possibly the biggest pickup in Europe, like genuinely that levels. And we didn't see him have a great kickoff, but I think a lot of that was a bit of uncomfortability around the device, and now he's back on that Killjoy. I'd love to see it on the Vice too, but we'll have to see.
I mean, he's feeling himself today, right? He's coming up against his former team, and of course, this is a player that's coming up from VCL Turkey a couple of years ago too, so I think that he's probably quite familiar with the faces across the stage, having sociable across the stage, coming from the same sort of challengers region before entering VCT. So yeah, I think that's kind of put a bit of fire in his belly.
Yeah, you always want to perform well against your former team, right? Yeah. What I don't want to see, however, BBL, is losing 6 5v4s. You know, that's not good. is it? Because being able to get 6 first kills is already very... I mean, they got 9 in the end, but they only managed to convert 3 of those 5v4s, which is a little bit problematic. However, we will be heading onto the Pearl next, and this... We talk about Bind being KC's home ground, Billy. There wasn't a time where BBL stepped foot on that Pearl where I thought they weren't going to win.
Yeah, I think Pearl is very evidently BBL's strongest map. We got to see the performance that they had in kickoff on it. It looked really, really good. There was so many highlight moments from a lot of the players, and I think as well I have to gravitate back to the icebox and figure out, you know, why was Sociable not playing Chamber on the icebox, right? But like when we go into Pearl, I'm expecting to see him back onto that Chamber. I don't think we'll see any sort of agent composition changes for BBL because it worked so well for them in kickoff.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be the same from BBL. I'm a little bit worried if they don't add, like I said before, like that kind of layering, because...
Some depth.
Yeah, some depth, because there's so much VOD footage to kind of look at where the Chamber's playing and how to kind of counter it, that they're going to need to kind of throw in a few kind of little fakes.
Levin, push more. Just push even more, you know, just push before the barrier comes down.
But that kind of playstyle should work well against a KC, right, who kind of have those sort of set strats in play. They're very structured, like I say. They kind of are quite default heavy. So I think if anyone's going to be able to catch them out, it would be a team such as BBL that can pull off that kind of stuff.
Yeah, what I can't wait to see is KC's Pearl, of course. We didn't see it at kickoff, you know, they didn't play it at all. I would love to know what they're running here, if they've invented something. I swear to God, if this is where they play the Harbor after not playing the Harbor on Icebox, would I be surprised? Probably not. Would I be disappointed? A little bit. But I mean, they must have so much confidence already after that Icebox, you know, getting such a dominant win on there already. What would you like to see them play here? I know we haven't seen it, but just theorizing a little bit, what could they do?
Oh, on their Pearl.
Yeah.
Minnie's shaking his
Sorry,
head.
I'm trying to lock in. If I'm
Coach, lock in.
Am I locking in a Sadak and Eng, or am I locking in as Coach Mini?
No, you're locking in a Sadak and Eng. Let's be for real. Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Let's be for real.
Honestly, I wouldn't hate them to bring back similarities as to what they had in their Bind.
Yeah, so Tejo, you know, bring out the Tejo.
I wouldn't hate it.
I wouldn't hate it either, but I would like to see a duelist.
Okay,
I want to see a duelist on Pearl, and preferably not Phoenix. But let's take a look right now, because we do have the agent select coming up, and it looks like they will, but god damn it, they do the Harbor on Pearl. Do we like this?
I don't like it when it's not played with a Viper, personally. I don't think there's enough strength without the Viper in terms of like the stall. So it gets a bit of a no from me, but the rest of the comp is fine. So like, it's just the Harbor have a problem on the KC side, and then BBL running the same stuff that we expected. So
I think it depends, because like if we're talking about stall utility, right, we have the Fade Seas there, we have all of Vize's kit as well, which if you're not, like, the only thing really on BBL's side that can bait that out is your Yoru, right? So I think when we look at the stall potential, I do think it is there on KC's side. It's just whether or not they utilize it, and if they're utilizing it in the right spaces of the map. If they're going to play sort of, you know, passive in their defense, or if they are going to actually fight for space, which is what we would expect BBL to do.
Yeah, of course, Martin back on that trademark Yoru as well. Elite back on Vi, Sui back on the Astra. Everything is going well, and it's time to jump into the second map and hope it's not another classic Panpoc blowout.
Did we just get flamed?
Well, blamed, yes.
Yeah, close. I don't like Harbor. I hate Harbor so much, even on this map, and it feels like...
Well, we were just saying, right, like, I think the desk touched on this as well. If you're not going to run it on Icebox with the justification and then going, well, we run it on Pearl because historically, you know, Harbor was all right on Pearl. What?
I know.
Again, it's another situation. I'm not sure I see the vision. It's not even as if the rest of the composition is built around it, you know, like a double flash or something along those lines.
I know they loved it. I know they kept going to it before in kickoff, and well, we saw how well that went. I see them do really good, and then we're back here, and I'm like, oh, here he is. BBL's comp, I like. I'm happy enough seeing it. Now, whether or not they get rewarded from it, who knows? Sociable is going to take a battering, down to 13 HP. Probably not peeking that again.
Another question asked here, with Magnum being the one to flex agents, which and again, it's almost kind of history biased, but something outside of the wheelhouse traditionally. But we don't know what the off-season looked like. You know, obviously, what the preparation process looked like. Either Yampi actually does dip his toes, rewarded for it. be the green light for KC to make something happen.
And this, playing the Vice here, I do think will be an interesting challenge for Magnum, right? Like, he does have support and quick support from the likes of Sociable, and of course, Levin as well can get over there pretty quickly, so it's not like he's on a complete island necessarily. And BBL, yeah, they're in numbers, really well supported, does go down to Sadak. But it's on Sugetsu and Sadak to try and find freebies that you ain't getting. BBL robust, at least in their pistol to start with.
Well, we've been here before today. Hopefully, BBL can carry this momentum through. Again, confident start. They're happy to take these engagements. KC, they caught off guard initially here from Yampi, and it felt like, obviously, BBL then adjust perfectly. A couple of situations here where KC just caught off guard by how decisive BBL are willing to be with that man advantage.
We are strong.
I'm just not going to have
I'm jaded
faith.
from map one. I'm jaded from map one, all right?
Same. I've been hurt in the past, you know? Not over it. Therapist told me to, you know, find ways to cope, but I can't. It's rough. It was 3 rounds and then nothing, literally. It was brutal. So, again, as it stands, we kind of learn as we go. And it looks like KC just taking the tour, picking up some orbs if they can. That's it. Isn't that nice? Cool.
BBL probably happy to sit back. Early damage conceded as well. Might keep both teams honest for the time being. Only real exploration towards mid, but ping's coming out towards B. If this is going to be a commitment or just to force Perfect off the angle.
Clearing through, that should at least allow for the Martin to slip a little bit further forward. Trying to pull a bit of a double fake here, taking the tour. Magnum is on duty.
30 seconds left.
Oh God, God, Magnum, please, why? That, I know it's just unlucky, but it feels horrific. Yampi is going to now have to, well, does he commit to this? Easy to get overwhelmed. The Prowler, yeah, does get the job done. Oh my God, that shock dart could have been the death of Sadak, but no, he's still alive here. Plants now win, and it's a 5v4. A little uncomfortable. They've got decent map control as well. The players playing it back from BBL are kind of all through pit. They're kind of all coming through secret. This is not comfy.
What can Elite get done with this?
Lovely dart.
As well. Warband comes through. Avid will fall.
No one there to trade or, you know, try and get cheeky. No, tell a lie. Sadak did go for it. Really nice. 8 HP. Why not try and put your body on the line for it? You were the one who could do that. Elite now shouldering a little bit of the strain, holding on to this. Now the challenge, can they at least fight back for the site? The time is dwindling. Shot from Sociable. But it's Profek in a 1v2 and the disaster begins there and then. A pace safe card Thrifty ripped away. And Magnum will be gutted with how that happened.
Absolutely kicking himself. I didn't catch actually previously the position Yampi was.
Everything. I'm trying to get the full util set up to allow someone to creep up like that. What was the setup?
Not sure if we will get a chance to see. Because like I said, Yampi's there, I'm fairly sure.
Because, and again, it's like, he was committed to watching art. I don't know if the wall got checked earlier. I honestly, I wasn't paying attention.
Wasn't paying attention, yeah, because you don't think it's going to develop or spiral out of control that quickly.
Oh, man.
But Elite finds himself in acres of space. And I mean, we saw how painful the timing was.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But there shouldn't be an opportunity for a timing moment like that.
No. BBL trying to just get under the skin of KC more than anything. So Getsu's just backpedaling away. Doesn't want to, you know, give away a free Vandal, anything of that sort. So going to play smart, just kind of fall back with his teammate. Doesn't need to do too much. And you can see what BBL are trying to do. Just trying to get a bit of aggression going, trying to catch a player off guard. But so far it's being well managed. The wall's there as well, so that will trigger. Oh my God, Sociable. I mean, it was volatile to say the least. Desperately trying to catch it. Sugetsu is having to backpedal throughout the entire map. Spots at least 2 on the drop of the wall. So again, calls in the cavalry. Sadak now here. Here comes the chaos, but calmed in the end by Sugetsu and Sadak. Profek trying to get the reward from the floor, which was that Bulldog. Careful on these individual fights here. It's getting a bit close.
Sugetsu down to 7 HP, has to respect this now, but forced closer and closer to Spike. Clean. The end of it there for Profek and Martin. Take down Yampi, so no other threat here. 3 rifles maintained, but Again, a further boon to flip that round 2 now and come away even with 3 standing for Carmine Core is huge. And definitely threat in this round, but I guess if you're looking to take positives for BBL, happy to take the fight here too, KC. Make them sweat a little bit. Because again, we didn't see that on Icebox. It was just black and white.
And these are the ones I'm going to be interested in, right? No operator early towards the B site. Depending on the Vice utility, walls committed towards B, you know, everything there. No sweat about that, but both players maybe conditioning and just trying to get the standard look of taking that A main space, taking control of it, but a very all-in B hit. Maybe indicated by Sadak's ult being in play, there's not too many surprises, but stuff to the back of the site could be tricky here. There's no real way out of this back site, and Martin going to take the dip out of there, takes away Magnum, and now suddenly the floodgates are open, but have you forgotten about the player back site? There was an ult on this. They've got to keep this in mind. They can't forget about it, but they're certainly not looking at it. Oh! Aves was just waiting there. The timing so perfect, it felt like the moment just faded as Yampy and Sociable now having to face horrific odds. And there was so many just seconds difference in that one, it felt like. Sociable, that operator is a prized possession. If they don't get a pick soon, you're gonna probably see them start dipping away, but Yampy fancies a go at it. That's Sugetsu. Greets him with a smile. KC given the keys to the castle, and I'm a bit worried about Magnum here.
Yeah, and it's rough to see Sadak in a position to use the ultimate here in BBL's buy back in after that round 2 fumble. Because it makes it so difficult. I mean, KC find a site here with initially, what, 3 people that are going to be pinged out on this ultimate.
Yes.
So, yeah, it might feel rough. It's like, oh, you've found the stacked site, but actually, it's a safe clearance for them. Yeah, just a heartbreaking moment for Profek, I believe it was, all the way tucked into the back of sight there.
Felt like it could have been huge.
Yeah.
Oh!
Speaking of huge.
That's pretty nice. There I was, all eyes on Sociable, you know, maybe the headhunter out or something. No. Sheriff 11, that's all right. Aves walk past the fallen teammates thinking, Christ, what do we do now? Got to keep control of these weapons. We've got a player split to the other side of the map. And BBL, we know they like their aggression. Do they then try and maybe recover these? Do they go for something a little bit cheekier? Yampy certainly getting curious.
Not checked.
Oh man, Aves going to claw one back here. Prowler not going to find Sociable though.
Slow down now at the 60-second mark. Exploration here from Sugetsu. See some utility to cross, and actually nothing elsewhere.
No support coming anytime soon though. I mean, Levin can get a quick flank if he wants to, but his TP's not that close.
No.
Sociable can't get too close either, so really for Magnum, he's got to try and maybe either you commit to playing off the wall or you just sit and try and buy time, which it looks like the time option is what he went for.
20 seconds now, yeah, KC.
Oh, they've got the divide.
Cut sightlines and audio here, so forcing the hand of BBL potentially.
Oh, but nice from Magnum to take away Aves, and look at the time. 8 seconds now. Options almost shutting. There's no way forward here, leaving it too late in the day. Well played in the end. Buying the time was the right call.
Thrifty.
And I'm a bit surprised at KC running out of time here. A pace save card Thrifty, and that one just
slipped through their fingers.
Yeah, through the fingertips.
Maybe just rattled from that early engagement, spent too long trying to police these weapons elsewhere, but again, you're almost anticipated BBL going to chuck a few bodies to try and retrieve those rifles potentially. So, yeah, okay, you're going to be running into some utility if Magnum's on the other side, but brute force. Yeah. You've got a huge numbers advantage with the divide as well.
Yes, absolutely. Just nice though that no matter the roster for KC, the word melons will always come to mind. Now, looking at this one, I do want to see what the game plan is. Martin on the go here. Already pretty much controlling the site. Yampy's trying to stick on this one. That's I don't think that's advisable. Martin flies out of it. Surely locked and loaded, and Yampy's dead and gone. Site now secure, plant in play. That was just tailor-made poison.
Spike planted.
Way more decisive here to kick off this round. Rotation just about coming through, though. Slowed down initially, but...
That's nice.
Actually forced them a little deeper. Definitely not going to be an engagement on the back of that from KC, but Levin finds one.
Yeah, hold on. This is still right on the edge here. Divide going to go down, but Arvez's still there. Sociable's gone through. It's Elite now to try and take the advantage. Arvez just to round it out again. It gets close, but KC, it feels like they are hitting shots today too.
Another situation where Elite is looking really crispy. A round that unfortunately going to humble the finances of BBL. Looks maybe a little awkward with the first shorty shot, but Yampy still falls. Again, maybe a little bit of hesitation of whether or not somebody was close enough to...
Yampy doesn't know how to move his mouse, bro.
Well, I guess that was the problem. I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
Can't move mouse. Classic issue. Not a tech
I was going
issue.
to say maybe a little slow to react. Can't move mouse. That was from the horse's mouth. We didn't say that.
No, we would never. We us?
I read it thread today.
There's already one up, mate. It's only got the bald buff.
I was going to say about my lack of hair, yeah. Well, the most exciting thing that's happened today.
No, they were also like, oh, I didn't know if they missed him.
I saw somebody saying I must have had a Britney to come back with no hair. Nicest thing. One of the nicest things anyone said about what you didn't say it.
Yeah, like I'm actually gutted. Ah, oh, what a brilliant meltdown that would be. Give you the umbrella and you could just go mad. Oh, I'd love that. Well, content. Any features teams want to get in touch? We'll the rate might be a bit high, but I feel like you're up for it, Mike.
Bit persuaded.
2 to 4 though. BBL, I'm a bit worried because again, yes, 2 to 4 is not a problematic scoreline. Neither was those, 3 to 3 that it kind of had, or 4 to 3 at the start. But I need BBL to show me that they're in control of this. Yeah.
Again, we're asking the same sort of question we were from map 1. It feels as if they're kind of getting away with a few freebies here and there, and that's really what's keeping them in some of these rounds. FKC are going to knuckle down a little bit, get their heads back in the game once again, if they could potentially repeat a similar map 1 scoreline. First real exploration towards mid other than the pistol we've seen here.
And I quite like this. But, as I said, it's a mid-look, kind of exploring further with still held on the extremities. Roll your mind back to how proactive BBL were with those sheriffs kind of hunting up towards B longs to get you constantly backpedaling. Now seeing them with a little bit of a different look. Arvez should be able to scope out where the util is, baits it, lovely. And actually gets up and over, but decided to not take a look down towards Art. And now BBL going to throw everything into it. We've got a couple ults coming through for them here. Profek needed that one. Now he's in the dance. He gets the steps right. Elite goes down suddenly. This is good from BBL. Starting to find these little angles. And speaking of angles.
Heard that though, yeah.
Yeah, what?
10 seconds left.
Spike. It's Magnum again though, right? He's got players in front, players behind.
Oh, no.
Magnum, I'm rooting for you, champ. 3 seconds. He's all right. No sweat. No head injuries today. All good. Pay safe card, Thrifty.
Another head scratcher though from KC. What?
The head scratcher, really?
Yeah. Well, it's like they almost played themselves out of this. They're caught off guard. Again, wall goes up here. Yampy's got the Hunter's Fury to secure a kill behind that as well. It's situations where even if you understand the composition of the side, caught off guard by it. And like I said, it happens so late in the round that there's not even a buffer to really recover. Still a purchase to come through here for KC. Little aggressive towards A main here to take this space, but look what's happening in mid. Talking about the first exploration in the previous round for KC. BBL on the walkabout, on the warpath.
Yeah. Flash gonna, kind of give it away, but I don't know if they know how close they are. Absolutely not. And Yampy and Profek just rewarded and then some. KC, the penny dropped too late.
Well, retrieve the spike here, but BBL happy to retreat, leave KC guessing ahead, now have all this space to re-clear, as to another one that feels like it's almost decided very, very early on. Let's just hold on to the rifles here. Like you said, yeah, the consideration is there, but absolutely no idea that they're that aggressive. That far up mid already.
30 seconds left.
I quite like that, though. Just every now and then kind of pulling out these unorthodox rounds, I guess. We saw it to a degree the other way around, walking middle, but still, I don't mind them doing that once in a while, as long as it's not every round. Going for a little bit of something if you feel like maybe you found... weakness either, but you know, if there's an opportunity there,
dare I say
go
it,
for it.
The sort of round you wanted to see on Icebox. Stack 3 or 4 people up and clear some space together.
Wouldn't that be lovely? Wasn't to be.
I don't know what that was, but you can't do that when there's no crowd in there because everyone can hear you.
Ready to stretch your wings.
Oh, we were talking about earlier getting some mics down on the players.
I stand by it. Can you guys hear the players at home?
Let us know.
If you can, please. I am obviously watching Sliggy's chat, so they're the best kind. I was so scared it was gonna go red then. I got so scared. I literally held my breath.
It is a KC timeout.
That's fine.
Understandably so.
Yeah.
I think there's just a few times they've been a little lost. And like I said, not even scrambling for a response because it's initially losing out maybe a 2-for-1. And then just not really doing anything with the rest of the round.
Yeah, and to be honest, I guess statistically as well, KC coming out of timeouts, we're still solid, right? Eng will give you whatever it is you need, it feels like, for 1 or 2. Certainly felt that way, at least in kickoff. It didn't particularly convert map wins, but it get you a couple rounds. But I want to see that ethos change, potentially, right? That concept change here and how they want to handle it. Because BBL are now keeping up. Now, of course, as much as this is a KC timeout, BBL also get to talk. So it's never just like a one-sided thing. So they do get to check in, and I like what I'm seeing. I like this variety. Operator coming into play for Sociable.
Ultimate's on the brink here for KC. So previously, it was Sadax that they built up towards that bespoke B-site execute, but I'm looking here. I was going to say considering the purchase, but now second-guessing it a little bit. So a couple of rounds to play with. It's no slouch really at 4-4 scoreline. Pace change though.
I mean, it's not gone well, Levin. It's just, look at them. They just got shredded.
Down mid.
KC, what was it? Rush door? Are we on dust too? It's not gone well.
Potentially another good read from BBL as well. Previously finding success, stacking bodies up to explore mid, and now the timeout swinging Yampi decapitates Sugetsu.
Well,
consolation maybe for Elite if he can find one, but BBL, another situation where they're on the warpath. X-ray looks a little daunting.
and this felt so red. I mean, we did see that kind of like 1-3-1 pressure through middle, but BBL was so ready for this. Whether it be a read or just a damn good guess for what we've been seeing so far, they absolutely cooked them. In zone flawless. So 5-4. BBL clawing it back. Oh.
Again, you could argue maybe with this pace change that if they do get through double doors on that first engagement, there's something for KC to capitalize on, but
time to jump.
And the concern being actually rip the band-aid off. You come into this round now with Sadax ultimate. You don't want to see KC continue to really play into this mid control, but at least this time around BBL maybe looking a little more default in terms of the setup off the barrier drop, but I guess you've got to be careful not to get caught off guard here.
He's playing a really dangerous game though as well.
Dangerous.
I'm surprised he sticks around this long. He does win the fight. Oh, fair play. You got to back yourself, I guess, but I don't see that many people really committing to controlling that space, but he does. Now, the response from KC is double doors again. And committing further. They've made it through middle, but there's nowhere to plant in mid, and you don't have the spike.
Yeah, I was going to say, Spike not committed just yet, so this is all a bit of a pump to maybe force BBL's hand, but Levin going to be in a position to reveal everything.
I'm back.
Uh-oh.
And actually just garners this space off the back of the ultimate. Yampy there to solidify that hold.
Look at Sociable as well. I mean, it's not a traditional place to play with the operator, but he can dip out of there as well, readjust. Yeah. He should be good on this one. This probably isn't the corner you're too worried about initially. Oh, he's trying to creep a little closer to the pop flash. Force him away. Oh, that was a really nice attempt from Martin, even just jumping into that to try and get legged rather than killed, but still, Sadak sweeps the site. Now, the spike should go down. Magnum can't deny that with the ult. Counter ult on top. Oh, it's gorgeous. Levin, what a beautiful bit of timing. Playing ahead of that, disrespecting it, and catching them unawares.
KC, now he's starting to get a little worried. Only a 2-round difference, but it's 4 in a row. And like I said, really bizarre. I mean, Levin's got the information there that's, necessary to play like that. Likewise, on the other side for Sugetsu, no reason to commit to that. And maybe he's just, assuming what we are, he's going to back away. There's no rhyme or reason for him to commit to this opening engagement, but so removing that late round piece forces the hand of KC.
Time to jump.
Martin this time, we know what he likes to do here. Oh, dearie me. Oh, this time Magnum, he's going to survive. Martin goes down, but the pressure on the site's really unrelenting. You look at the next layers to this, but they're going to pump the brakes. They've drawn everyone over here, rightly so. Plenty was thrown at it.
Yeah.
But it's going to be that race back to B.
But I don't think they can get there ahead of them because they're going to have to be cautious of some of this space, some of these positions. I'm looking at the minimap though. There's a chance they do beat them out of connector.
Maybe BBL thinking, oh, maybe they've got a lurk here or something. No, they're just going for this one. Does Sociable go for this?
Oh.
Yeah.
Information peak. It's fine.
Good God.
He had the hop in his hand though.
That's fully intentional, right? Fully intentional. All good. Plants in. What do we have for the post plant? I mean, not much really to hold on to it. Util's kind of been invested now to get them off the site if they wanted, but they're sticking around. They're playing on site. BBL waiting on the back of smokes here. Poured on though. Hunter's Fury sent in from afar. Yampy trying to help the boys out, but it's 11 again, does well, so Getsu goes down. Sociable looks for a pick and he can't find it. Elite waiting down below. Prophet still holding from the back of the site.
Just Sadak.
It is just Sadak. He's got one right, one center. Oh, he's got both! And the one on the left! Just too far! Prophet sit in the defuse. It came down to the wire.
So close to finding that reset of the aim. And a third on the round to clutch it out, but it's just not there. 7 on the board for BBL now. A really intense back and forth here.
You are divided. One enemy remaining.
Oh,
Yeah, just a moment.
oh.
A moment too soon to look elsewhere on the divide. We're going to be able to muster together a purchase here.
Cutting through.
The Carmine Court. You still have Aves. They're the only ultimate here now.
These Outlaws, there are light shields on the other side, so this could be a factor. For now, though, they've brought us down Yampy, which, I mean, these aren't complementary positions to play with that Outlaw, and you're looking at maybe what Sociable could do from looking back if they do decide to path towards B. But the map's open for now for KC. Kind of paint whatever picture they want. Prophet going to try and take a stand. Prefer this towards that A-long or A-main position. Mostly focusing, drifting through towards Art.
Actually, everything invested towards this, and a beautiful two-piece here. Martin and Sadak will fall. KC forced back.
Face your
into a position to try and recover around.
All three players as well, the ones remaining are on those light shields. This is going to be trouble. This could be problems. The cross going to be slowed down. Time being purchased. Oh, Profek, he spotted him. Light work again with that Outlaw. Still got one more bullet to play in. And the cross feels so deadly. You can see them hesitant to try and make it through. They have nothing utility-wise to allow for it. So they went for the double peek, but now speaking of double, they're doubling up. Both of them now creeping closer. It's so easy in the end. BBL recover what looked like a very rough half.
But Clinical here to close out. 6 unanswered. An 8-4 scoreline. A stark contrast to map 1. Another situation where we're asking KC to be the ones to adjust.
One enemy remaining.
Mike, we've had a return of form from BBL. I was a bit worried after map 1, right? They started okay, bit of a back and forth. It looked a little bit better for KC initially, but the steam ran out.
Yeah, I think coming in way more confident, obviously, on their map pick and somewhere they're very, very well versed. And I mean, I don't even want to really look towards Carmine Core and say, you know, they struggled to get this composition going. That's not the nature of some of these round losses we're seeing. BBL with some, I mean, much better ideas off rip in terms of the playbook here. See if that does continue across to the second half. Sanak does get ahead of that. Will be traded out very quickly. BBL, no secrets about this on the way in.
You're done.
Martin elsewhere picks up the backside of that. Profek will fall.
That's a huge kill though,
Yeah.
because look at the choke point it makes. They just get to be funneled through towards that B site. Crossfires galore. I guess the only real caveat would be that Aves is a lower on HP, so that 6 HP is going to be cautious of. Now they know their intention. Can they create a crossfire that's valuable in time? And how far does BBL want to take this? Maybe pausing for Sociable to try and find some space, but Elite already going to take away Magnum. Yampi now feeling outnumbered. He's got players right and left. He expected the counter swing, but he simply couldn't get it done in time, and Sociable's position just isn't really enough. Oh, I say that. I'm pretty sure I've already just seen Elite turn around.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a window of opportunity that feels like it's already passed here, but 21 HP for Elites. That window's still open. Aves also has to be careful down at 6 HP, but now potentially retrieve the spike here. Get away unscathed.
Surely not, surely not, surely not.
Enemy remaining.
Oh
My God, it's the 6 HP on Aves. That was the only thing left standing.
Oh, it's all right, guys. Just triple swing.
Just swing him at the same time.
No harm, no foul. All good.
Yeah, no sweat.
No sweat.
All good.
We were in control the whole time. Okay, well, it gets KC the start that they'd want here, really, right? This puts them back.
God, Aves hit that.
Yeah, same.
God.
Same. It does put them back in the right. Oh, I like the Outlaw purchase. How many light shields? Well, doesn't matter, because Martin's was better. Does get recovered and put back into the hands of Sociable, but there was a heavy on towards Sadak too and Elite. It wasn't the perfect opportunity, but trying to make something out of nothing. Elite, passive angle doesn't allow Profect to slip through here.
There.
Support coming, and Elite not being subtle. He's taking a strange fight here. Gets away with one for himself, but it's support from Sugetsu that does what they need. And KC collapsing the attempts from BBL.
There's a chance there that pinch is set up a little too late, but Carmine Core stand their ground. Coming to this decently equipped. The purchase looks like for Sadak, we're going to bring a judge into this.
One enemy remaining. Spike down mid.
See on the other side of things, BBL going to be struggling. A few gaps in the purchase as well. Most ultimate, BBL being sociable. Would not even see that come out here. Weapon swap maybe, but Martin will fall.
Almost felt like pre-fire,
Yeah.
That was so quick.
You want to play? Let's play.
Okay. They're not going to continue down this. They've already pivoted away. They're looking for the next path forward, which may be towards A, maybe try and catch these players, retaking space towards middle, leaving just Sociable here. Popping the ult of 10 HP too.
He's able to actually cycle that weapon through. He did have a rifle previously, so
Here in these steps, I'm pretty sure there were steps.
I think they have, yeah. And there's a ping.
No rotation.
Yeah, there's a ping come through, and now Sadak coming back to tuck in, but only on the Bucky, so
You're not a Bucky believer.
not when there's this many people on the other side of it.
Wait, you wait. You wait. Oh my god, he's got one. I was lying. I was making something up for no reason, but now at 35 seconds I get a little nervous. He's repositioned. He's drawn a new line to play around. That was a rotten swing.
30 seconds left.
And now Elite slowly creeping closer. They are locked in here. Not sure who's with who, because Ave's still on the back of the side. That Guardian, he was crisp
Player
before,
standing.
but BBL are sharper. And that flank basically becomes nothing from Elite. They pushed forward. They made it through the problems. Sociable waiting. Elite, well, looks dead in the water. He is. KC with all that information. Make very little of it.
It's tough there. I think actually Sadak plays this a little safer. He's going to be rewarded for his patience.
He would have.
Again, bold with the first one. The reveal outside the smoke really was to get that in motion. Maybe feeling the heat a little bit. So purchase coming out of that look way more comfortable. Only 3 rounds separating them now.
Here.
One away from Sadak, so. Martin's still a little ways off. Okay, on the other side, not much to write home about, much less progress. So, for now, BBL.
Social's here so quickly. I don't think anybody's going to be swinging onto that anytime soon, but
I don't think so either, but it is curious, right?
yeah.
It's on the other side that Martin this time is trying to take his stand. Oh, he's been seen. Oh, where'd that go? Surely. No, wait. What? I don't know if they doubted it or something.
If we can see
like-
another angle on that, because
Why would you shock dart that otherwise? And then go, it'll be fine. Oh. Well, weird start.
Sociable is rewarding elsewhere.
They seem to be winning out on too many fronts, but now they need to try and pull their focus towards this A side that Sugetsu was trying to hold. Gets one down in the form of Sociable, but Magnum on a good timing for the trade. This 2v2 is difficult. Profect with Guardian now upgraded to Vandal. Slipping away. Utility-wise, Martin and Avis still with a little bit to play with. Look at the stall here, Mike.
It's going to slow
Take hold.
Carmine Core down.
Oh,
So yes, Seas takes hold, but Magnum not punished.
Still there. Magnum now tries to make his move get away, given a concussion as Aves puts it down. KC with the clear. They knew they had to get involved. You couldn't sit in that post plant. You couldn't let them sit there and be comfortable. Diffuse in place, and KC closing the scoreline up.
Going to be able to purchase back into this for BBL, but yeah, curious start to this. Again, Levin then throwing his life on the line to, I guess, try and apply a little more pressure after conceding. Yeah, great closeout from Carmine Court. Another situation where, you know, usually you're expecting Sugetsu to be good for 2 or 3.
Kind of do, right?
He's able to cleanly get away from that first engagement, but... And I mean, a couple of times on the player cams, you're seeing that frustration as well, because I think he knows as well. These are situations usually I'm finding more than this. Not necessarily an issue for Carmine Court. Maybe something to keep an eye on. Magnum, the only one really struggling financially coming into this. An operator in play for Sociable. Options are plenty for Carmine Core, though. Sadak and Martin both have their ultimate. Actually, Sugetsu one away as well as Elite for the pit.
It's playing behind this as well. I don't know how long he wants to stay here. No, not that long. Actually, he would have liked to have left, but he can't. Sugetsu's going to keep him there. What feels like eternity now is Martin.
I'm back.
Take himself out.
Thought he couldn't move his mouse. Martin should have committed to that.
Oh. Elite, what was that? Sure we'll see that back. Sociable. Oh. I mean, these are weird
I'm
fights.
saying it.
These are weird
still
fights.
losing kills like that.
Yeah.
Like,
What are we seeing here? Spike's going A.
the minimap doesn't make sense right now.
Nope.
If you're looking at it.
I'm confused.
Spike planted.
Really weird engagement in mid as well. Yampi's actually able to slip away from it.
Okay, so having a Vice ult and the util in the post plant. Magnum gonna play ahead of it though. Now gonna pop his ult. Can bank on his util here, which is what he did. Sadak just trenching forward like he'll be fine, and Magnum can actually isolate players here. Should be able to divide and conquer. He just eventually does go down here. Others soon to fall after. BBL, I mean, this round was weird, Mike.
It was. It seemed like neither team wanted to commit to a decision there. Well, Carmine Core felt more comfortable in the retake, but just never really felt like it was for the slow-mo on that one.
Same laugh I do when Mitchell pauses.
Yeah, a curious one for sure.
How we living A like this?
That's a very good question.
Very good question. Yeah.
Very confused.
As I said, you go back to the middle of that last round and look at the minimap.
My ult is ready.
Neither team committing to anything. Which, again, you could also argue are some of the hardest rounds to really read into if both teams make a very unorthodox approach.
Perfect. He's about to get a very busy plate. Magnum trying to help him out here. Oh, the shaky aim. Kiea be back from the dead. This feels like rolling back the years, but Magnum going to make decent progress for his ult again here. Towards 2 kills in the round, so that's lovely for him. If he can get some more, that'd be nice. As it stands, though, just taking steps on the scoreboard, too. He'll be up to 11 after this, it feels like. Sugetsu, I mean, he's still a treat to watch, isn't he?
Player standing.
But you don't feel like there's much more to be had here and there, isn't? So, Profek 11, be shutting this one out.
BBL starting to look way more comfortable now. Maybe due to the scoreline. Oh my God, not necessarily out of this one just yet. Seeing an operator come out for Martin here. Seeing the timeout called by Carmine Court. And yeah, it has been a strange map at times, but I think the contrast or the comparison to be making is the difference in confidence here from BBL. Way more, I guess, versatility in terms of, you know, being forced to make decisions, but also just coming out on top of some really, really weird engagements, which wasn't happening in Icebox.
No, but again, for KC, in my mind, they've just been making those odd choices. You even hear it with Sugetsu saying,
Yeah, what are we doing? What are we doing?
How's there no one on A at this point? You know, there was. It just feels that they're losing a little bit of their own grip into this, and for BBL, sometimes it's fine to get a little bit kind of reactive and a bit messier on that attacking side. I'm far more forgiving of it. On the defending side, keeping control of the map, keeping that flow of information there. Once that slips away, I don't know what their game plan is here, because you can't dictate the pace as much from the defending side, right? That's just simple. So N can't give them that one-trick pony almost to bring out. They do need an overall kind of lock-in here, because it feels like they're floundering a bit.
Yeah, whether or not the answer is to just kind of dig their heels in, and I guess another thing we were saying at the top of the day, play more structured, right? And
also, well, you can't see it now. There we go. You can see it. Well-ish. Bad use of the telestrator. Bad use from me. Bad. That's a bad miss. But those two ults could be nasty in unison if they feel like they can. So that was ooh, there he is. He's so precise. Oh my god, it is.
Noted very early
Speaking of the ults, here we go. They're just going to be thrown just about everywhere. Levin trying to make the most of this one. Spots him out. TP's out. And now Prophet trying to play pickup here. Sugetsu. Oh, you don't forget about Sugetsu. Sociable does land the shot on Elite, but Sugetsu is still in control. This is his sight. He's not even phased by the clone. Does need to fall away once he gets pinged. Playing around the smoke here. Oh, it's gorgeous! Sugetsu with a vintage round. Showing why he just dominates spaces like this. You can't disrespect him. And he's still going to back himself. Playing in the corner. Playing that, it feels like a one and done, but he always gets more. And they're scarpering. They don't fancy it. But this map has been cut in half. Maybe quarters. Bye-bye, Sociable. And you're looking at 11 now.
30 seconds.
Try and face Sadak. And that looked very easy.
Yeah, it did. Another situation similar to the divide earlier on, just a moment too soon. Sugetsu played that to perfection.
That was godly.
Again, baits out. He gets revealed. It looks like he's jumping back towards sight inside that smoke, but actually resets outside it. Evan, I was going to say, we'll get the plot at least as a consolation, but not going to happen. 4 on the round. Sugetsu must have heard us.
No,
that is exactly the sort of situation I was referring to. Able to cleanly get away with separate 1v1s, but creating those himself.
Just reminds me of that quote of just like, fine, I'll do it myself. It's, why is no one on A?
Why is no one on A? I'm going A.
Guess it's me.
Yeah.
I'll get you 4.
I'm swinging the operator.
One of you get a kill, please. So yeah, Sugetsu doing wonders there. That, as said, a bit of a classic round from him. But BBL, that was just a blip on the radar. Still plenty more to be seen from them. There's Martin. Hold this down.
That works. They found my
Massive commitment just yet, but as I say that, exchange of damage. Levin actually will find Sadak. Aves, the second piece to this puzzle, but he's going to catch Sociable, yeah? Well, I was going to say nearly didn't, but Tour de Force reveals his position.
Time to jump.
Back to even footing here at a 4v4.
Blast trap destroyed.
Be rough to try and walk out onto A site here, but looks as if that's plans here for BBL. Carmichael not necessarily reading into that too much. Martin will be able to TP across it. He's going to be in a position to reinforce their site holders in case he have now put themselves in the right
30
position.
seconds left.
We wouldn't go to Sugetsu's side after what just happened.
No.
It is Elite who's going to be feeling the pressure, at least towards, you know, kind of back of the site itself. But Sugetsu playing from pit, they've left this really late here. And it's so simple. It's so simple. KC making it look so simple. What was the plan here for BBL? Just halted at the door, not dealing with the util maybe?
I was going to say, this is the sort of util that you can't leave on the board until the last 15 seconds.
No. Not if you're going to go through one choke point.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. You've got to approach this completely differently.
There's a wall there. We know about Vice. Been new. Have a timeout. I don't like seeing that sort of thing. Like that gives me weird feelings.
10 seconds left.
Yeah, whether or not, I mean, if there's something potentially that
Maybe
said in
missed
comms
call,
here,
yeah, or they thought they were somewhere else, or feels muddy. Are we getting mud Valorant?
Mud Valorant.
It might be. We might be getting a bit of mud here. We get like a Sugetsu masterclass, right, where it's beautiful to witness, stunning, and then we're back in the mud.
That's probably what's being relayed here for BBL. Again, it's a similar question, making more use of this early round. Could argue, again, this is one that's ultimately just decided off the first engagement, but like I said, you cannot leave that utility unchecked in the last 15 seconds or so. You'd almost rather just 30 seconds on the clock, right, we're rushing sight then.
Yeah.
Let's hit it.
That indecision just feels so obvious at that point, but
again, hindsight Harry, but we can obviously see the TP coming across from Martin. That's also something you have to deal with. If he's not noted with the operator elsewhere, he's obviously going to be in a position to TP. You're never going to get a favourable engagement if you have the utility and then you're running into the site that has 3 people on it.
now I wouldn't say anyone's played clean Valorant here, so if I'm seeing a Sheriff or a weird buy, why not? And BBL are going at a bit of a pace now. They find the wall early. They get that gone, do the job. Elite is going to be noted now. Do their homework nice and quick here.
Yeah, much earlier for BBL to be pivoting away. The
Teleport's
early
ready.
protocols. Prowler sent out won't know anything side of Aves, but actually Sugetsu and Elite
Right here.
can mitigate this risk. Will be spotted here.
Nice clear of the Vice utility. Steps towards the site. Speaking of Vice, Elite does get Yampy down. Now we're going to have the ult on top of this one. Levin turns on the dime and actually does get down the player, but we're getting muddy again. We're getting messy again. We're down to Sheriffs. And they're winning out. It's a 3v2. I'm waiting for the plant, 25 seconds. That's going to be in play soon. Wall going to be dealt with early, but that's still just only to allow for this retake to get started. Martin and Sadak going to have to run this back.
Water rising.
Waiting out the divide right now. Watching the former utility to fall back on here.
Oh,
Cut through the knife through. Bit of a throwback, but still Martin. Drop Magnum here. Prophet will respond, but Sadak found one.
Yeah, it's down to 1v1. Sociable sitting pretty, sitting patient. Behind the water though, Sadak now drawn away. He knows what he's got to do here. Time's not on his side. He's tried to go for it, but Sociable delivers a pay safeguard thrifty. Of course he does. Of course. That's how BBL get to 12.
Muddy.
Buddy.
that's the conclusion here. Again, Sugetsu and Elite in a position to stop this from happening. A disgusting shot from Martin, by the way. And also from Profek.
Nice! 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 Nice!
A big boom to the energy for BBL to find themselves map point. Plenty of ultimates available for Carmine Core here, though.
Pop flash. Oh! Get out of here! I thought he ate that completely and utterly, but Sadak decimating 3 on the push through.
We're talking about the energy maybe increasing a little bit for BBL. That's gonna swing the pendulum back. Team rewarded elsewhere as well. Magnum will fall. Just Yampy left now. Carmine Core knocking on the door of double digits themselves. They'll still have the spike. 50 seconds left to play with, Lauren.
Are you a Yampy 1v4 believer?
It's happened before. Yampy's one that I seem to recall we doubted once on a split round.
I've never
Might not be
done
this
that.
one. Might not be this one.
Okay. Have I told you about the Yampy one?
30
The
seconds
one
I'm
left.
all ears.
Oh, the flash isn't going to help things. So that's what everyone
It's
said.
not- yeah,
The
that's what they
flash was
said.
never going to help, but
Well,
and then all the Vice utility, no fun plants.
they all came back through the same way.
Scanning ahead.
13 seconds as well.
10 seconds left.
I can't even make it up. I can't make it up. KC are going to make it up to double digits. 12 to 10 now. Gotta say as well, Sadak with an absolute beauty on those double doors.
Yeah, dare I say, actually, the first round you really see him have huge value like this.
Yeah.
Shutting down a 3-man push through double doors. I feel like there's been so many situations where they got themselves back in control and then the next round is just a disgusting purchase.
Now, hold on.
Quick, before it changes,
No,
before
no,
it changes.
I'm not doing. I'm waiting for now because I can just do this one. Look on the right side of the screen, boys and girls. My non-binary pals. Hell, I'll run it all down. But at this point, look at the ults. Look what we've got. We've got a little snowbally round, don't we? But then again, the sheriffs. Which one is it? I can't tell you. I thought I knew Valorant, and I've been severely wrong.
And BBL did just get a thrifty a moment ago.
Yeah.
This time around, though, Elite will open up. Levin will fall. Still threat. Sociable.
Why do I feel like it's like in their favour? Okay, it's fine.
It's gone. Yeah, it's fine.
Sugetsu just like handles
Yeah,
nonsense.
oh,
He's
yeah.
like, nah, it's not on my side of the map, mate. And over to B.
I'm on A now.
I'm playing A. Oh.
Don't do it again. Look at the mini-map, man. Look at the mini-map.
Get me out of here.
Magnum's going to be able to lurk through mid as well here. Right.
Oh, what have we done?
Right, Yampy's getting ult off this as well. When does the penny
30
drop?
seconds
Because
left.
Yampy's like, surely there's got to be somebody still on,
Well,
like,
just do it. Just go. Come on, you've won weirder rounds. Don't let the time run out.
10 seconds on the reveal
go,
as well.
just go.
Please go.
Let's go, Yampy.
Please.
Let's go get that spike down. There we are. They're like, surely not.
Not ready yet.
Even they can't believe it.
Revealing
Look at
area.
you. You can
10
sprint,
seconds
boys. I
left.
promise you.
Thank God,
There's-
can't my core have not moved an inch.
BBL are like, God, they really weren't.
Right.
Like, now you're worried about luck. Surely, if you're KC.
Avez and Martin have ultimates.
Okay, yeah, there we go. One's
It's
used.
got to be, right?
Yeah. Martin's always good on these. Martin's always good on this. Oh. They can't make too much of it yet.
Enemy remaining.
Elite's gonna find Magnum. Yampy is done. That's fine. That's good. Cool.
Expected outcome.
Yeah, we weren't worried at all.
No.
Anyway.
I mean, they sacrificed Martins, but they actually come back in with the same number of ultimates here
Yeah.
for round 24. Almost another very muddy round.
Slipping into the mud. Foot caught in mud.
Quagmire. It's been another weird map. A very different scoreline.
Back to EMEA.
Rip and tear.
What has been going on since I've been gone?
Oh, nothing good, mate. Nothing good. Okay, so Levin and Yampy, lovely combined ults here. On the other side, basically everything. It's not Martins. Ooh.
I mean, a chance to potentially get Profek or Magnum
Who's next?
on their ultimate as well here.
Here.
Levin looking to
Oh, here we go.
maybe set up the Hunter's Fury.
Trying to do the little body block on it. Albus has gone down. This is nice. That's beautiful. BBL. Just need to push it across the finish line. But the three against them. Sugetsu, Mr. No Nonsense, Martin still standing, and Elite with ult. There are chances here.
We are stacked up here. 11 will find Elite
Guess not.
through the smoke. And now a 2v5 presented here for Sugetsu and Martin. Operator's going to be difficult to work back in on the retake.
So yeah, switch out for that. Do have the divide on Sugetsu. You got to use it. You got to just go for this now. They're leaving it quite late in the day. They're trying to use everything they can, just maybe try and get towards the back of the side, but I think we know how this goes. BBL just about getting there in the end. An in-zone flawless As Yampy trying to get the crowd riled up. No response.
Yeah. Drawing a blank there from the crowd, but all tied up now as we go to the third map.
Red Bull gives you wings.